All right, there, everybody. This is Tenacious Earl, and welcoming you here for the. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to do another first 3 round simulation. I'm going to try and take you probably, I'm hoping, through the entire tournament here for the Carolina Open, just because we haven't done this in a little while, and I figure, these um, videos for different games and stuff tend to make their way down the list of for subscribers and stuff in their subscription paying, and it's often good to um, give everybody another glimpse of part of a game, because people buy games and things and they're interested in seeing what shapes up from them. And I have this dice tower, and I played a Slacker Tour event, which is my Nike tour. And in the meantime, I would just kind of like to get another tournament in on the Tenacious Golf Tour, because we've just been hanging on to this tour for a long time, and we're on the we're on the back end of it. On the we're past 50%, but we just got to make some headway. So let's do this. We're gonna do the first 3 rounds tonight, and then I don't know. I might do the final round in a couple different batches of video. We'll see. So one thing to point out here with my tour, and I'm not going to show you my sheets and things like that at the moment, although you will see my tournament like worksheet, just the part of it that I'm going to use tonight up there at the top of the screen. You'll also see something for you don't have to mind the thing up there that's about here. I'll do this. That's about Stratomatic. But anyway, um, I have a random number generator that helps to determine guys that are on and off each week. Basically, just gives me roughly 15 to 20 golfers who have the week off, kind of like trying to simulate the real tour. And so that kind of stuff I've already done. And to be perfectly frank with you, just like I did with the Slacker Tour earlier tonight, I've tried to do this after every tournament. Before I put the cards away, I do my best to just not put them away without setting up the next tournament. So that way, when I come and I'm like, I want to do a tournament, I can just come out here and I can be confident that I'm grabbing my cards. And they 150 some odd golfers. I think that's what the field is for this. It takes 2 bags to do it, and that's why they're split into two. I'm going to try and shuffle them up a little bit here, but I have to go through one by one usually and look for cards. It's tedious, but I want to have that level of realism for myself where I have guys. Now, there's also a weighting to to the uh, the schedule. So the players that are off, I weight it to the guys that are up top are probably off maybe even 4 times per season, 3 or 4 tournaments, and it's probably should be more for the best guy like Dustin Emmerich. He probably should be out of more tournaments than he is, because if you follow Tiger Woods and you know how much he took off, um, these guys are making plenty of dough. Emmerich, I should show you probably maybe I will before the final round. I'll show you the standings, but man, he's making a ton of money. And when you make that much money, I mean, you want to keep sharp, but you don't need to just play every event. And it also gives us a chance to see some other players too, when you don't just stack it up with it, Van Dyke and Emmerich. So my point is that I do try, and I just shuffle them up here as best I can. We've got a whole host of them here, but the top 10 is off a lot more often than sort of like the end of the list. So those guys are really trying to just bust it on tour, and every tournament means something to them for the most part. So tournament mode, I'm not going to show you the chart itself because I hesitate to give too much to show too much information on the channel itself. If you buy the game, if you have the game, you can follow along pretty easily with what I'm saying here, but you just have to kind of trust what I'm saying as far as the rolls go, and this is just how I do it. And I've adjusted my methods over the years. Started out, I was not very confident, and I'm still not the most confident that I could be in my not only my shuffling but my cutting of the cards. But so I was using a D20 for a long time. I've just decided I'm saving time by not doing that now. So let's just get right into this. We have 156 golfers. I think that's the field. I'm pretty sure it's either that or 144, one or the other. I've already taken care of all that. And I need to get my other screen up here, so bear with me. Hi, RJL. And if I do something like that, then I can't see my chat. I really need to get a second screen. So, tell you what, let's take the hit right here and let's deal with this. Okay, you guys, it's going to look a little weird for a minute, I think, but I'm hoping that long run it lets me be able to see what you guys are chatting to me, and best laid plans, yada yada yada. Let's take a look here. It's still not too bad. Let's just leave it like this for now because I can see your chat, right? I can still see the chat, and we don't need that other part for a little while until after we get through the first the cut. So what I'm going to do, double check here. You see everything? Yes, cool. So I'm going to take this stack and I'm going to cut it into two piles, morning and afternoon. So we have to simulate the morning rounds and the afternoon rounds. It's not exact because obviously I think the morning can go to the afternoon in tournaments and stuff on the second day, but we just try and get pretty close to, I think the afternoon has a few extra golfers, but we won't get to the Keith, who's the play.com. This is History Maker Golf, if I haven't introduced it already. I've played a lot of tournaments on the channel here with this game, but he's encouraged you through the rules and stuff not to worry about being exact with the cutting and measuring out the cards exactly. And so I've really I've tried to take that to heart as much as I can of late. But the other thing that I've done of late is I have gone to a lot of pains to really try and get these cards cut to basically the same dimensions as the other cards, because I think what I was doing is my homemade cards that I have in this, they can get a little, if they're bigger, then you pull those out, and I just found I felt like I was getting too many of my homemade cards at the top. So I really went with the paper slicer and just like shaved off a lot of cards here. So okay, so we take 2 dice here for the first 2 rounds, for basically the cut, making the cut, and we're going to roll these 2 dice a total of 16 times. We have 8 piles here. We're going to have 8 piles for the afternoon round, and we roll this and we use 2 dice. Does not matter the color of the dice, doesn't matter in this game, at least in this part. It's in ascending order, so the lower number gets read first. And so let's just go ahead and dump this into the dice tray, and we get 44. 44, we draw a golfer, so we take our first pile. We're going to draw the top card. The top card is Kenneth Hahn, so he made the cut. And then we need the top 4 after that. So we're just going to go through and turn them upside down like this. Alec Nolan is 4B. And so the next thing, if you have never seen this before, each player has what's called a tournament rating, and how this works is these are factored in at the very end of the tournament. They're factored in 2 ways. One is here, this is how you rank your golfers in this portion of it. But also at the end, the final scores are meted out for players that are not in the final groups by their tournament rating. So 4, so it goes from 1 up to 6, and then there's A, B, and C. So 1 is better than 6. 1 is much better than 6. So it goes from low to high for good to bad. A is better than B is better than C. So 1A is better than 1B, but 1A is also better than 2A. 1B is better than 2A, if you get my drift. So 4B, we have a 4B for Manini. We have Rance Aberley, who's a 1C. He's definitely going to be in here. So we got these two guys that are tied. We have Tord Thorson, who's a 4C. He's going to be right on the edge right now. So because we're taking the top 4 out of this pile. We have 3B for Zukowski. Then we have 3C, Ethan McMillan. So Thorson is definitely out. And now we have a tie. Let me see how you can see. Yeah, you can see those at the bottom. We have a tie for these two. And in this portion of the tournament, we accept the ties. So we have 1 and 5. As we're taking the top 4 remaining, we get so it's a total of 6. Now, in my sheet that I show you at the top, this is I've created this and it will tabulate as I go. We want to end up between 65 and 80 golfers who make the cut. So you can see over here in the total, we want this to end up somewhere between 65 and 80. All right, so we're going to roll again here. There's 26. So 26 is we're going to draw 4 off the top. So we have Connor Messick, Jeremiah James. Hang on here. David Alvestad and Dustin Emmerich. So Dustin will make the cut based on being in the draw. So that's 4. And then we need to select the top 2 remaining. So someone will be benefiting from the fact that Emmerich was a draw golfer out of here. So let's see. We've got Samson Tucker, 3B. We've got Luke Henneman, a 4B. Sometimes you have to hold these up to the light to make sure they're not sticking together. Joel Barrera, 5B. Kyson Roca. I've always said you have to roll that R. He gets really angry if you don't. So the 3Bs are the top. And so these guys are both pretty happy that they get in, as well as Emmerich, because otherwise one of them, well, actually, they might have both made it in anyway because we took the top 2. And then Henneman and Barrera, they are gone. So we took 6 in here again. All right. So this pile's a little small. Let's see what happens here. We might end up taking them all in, depending. Okay, but we got 13. So 13, we draw 2. Ellis Moberly, who used to be a card in the Pro National Golf Tour set. That's the official cards from play. I had to make him up because this is our second season, and he was not printed in the second update. And same thing for Toshio Takai. How about that? We got 2 guys who, and then we take the top 1. So for most rolls, little inside baseball here. Usually the way it works with most of these rolls is the difference between the higher number and the lower number is the number that you draw off the top. The lower number is usually the number of top golfers that are left. So here, like we have 13, we draw 2, and it's the top remaining golfer. So let's see, we got Myung Cho. He's a 2C. Again, I got to kind of hold it up the light here, making sure. Dave Simanowicz Jr. is a 3A. He's going to miss the cut. Darren Sears, 4A. He will miss the cut. 2B, Chico Fonseca knocks Myung Cho. 3B for Su Sheng Chen. And John Hudspeth, a 4B. So those guys all miss the cut. So we take 3 in. Chico Fonseca is the top golfer that gets to go. We'll put that in there for 3. Now we're going to go to pile 4. Oh, and I forgot to put Toshio and Ellis in there. And there's another 26. So that's going to be the top four we draw four off the top. Ramon Zavala, Wyatt Sells, Ernest Sutton, and Chris Funk. Not the son of Fred Funk. Maybe. So those four go in. Now we need the top two after that. So we got Carlos Solari. I always get him and Chico Fonseca mixed up. Romeo Stone, he's not going to make it, I'm pretty sure. 4A. Alan Duvall, probably. Yep. And there's Franz Hockel with a 3A. So Ryan Broadus, nope. 4A. Maurice Hirano is another 4A. 4B for Zephaniah Scott. He's been missing a lot of cuts. 3C. Denny Rowetter misses it. Now 2C, last guy in is going to be Jay Laufenberg from that pile. He's going to knock Franz Hockel out. So those are the two, and that's a total of 6 out of this pile again. And we keep rolling right along here. Going to probably get a little quicker. 56. This is draw 1, top 5. So we're going to get 6 out of here as well. There's Joshua New. And then the top 5 after this, we're going to go Trevor Nolan, Lanny Saxerholt. So these guys are probably both going to get in. Christian Canepa, Gary Patel, they're all 4As. There's another 4A. Okay, and how about that? We're actually going to take 7. We had a tie, a 5-way tie at 4A out of this pile. So taking the top 5 and said we're going to take the top 6. That's 7 out of this. Want a couple more low rolls here. So everybody from that pile gets in, right? Yes. 35, that'll be draw 2. Remember the difference. So it's going to be Jeffrey Hahn and Nate Killo. So you see a 5A and a 4B. This is the way you get some surprise guys on the weekend rounds, is through this draw mechanism. So then it's going to be the top 3 after that. And Steve Foshi, 3C, Tagaki Yamasaki, a 4A, Todd Mann, a 4B, and everybody from this pile is going to go in. So we have a little bit more in this, and so the cut's going to be a little bit harsher on the afternoon rounds, it looks like. So we have 6 out of that. Is that right? 2, and then we're supposed to be 3, but we have that 4B tie again. It's quite all right. We're up to, what, 34. So we're going to be a little high out of the morning. We're not getting as many cut. So that means, also probably means there's a lot of good golfers in that pile over there. 24. All right, so that's 2 and 2. So we've got Dominic Jensen and Cameron Tullis make the cut. And now the top 2, Craig Angelo, Bob Kleckner. So there's a couple of 4s. A 5C for Carter Jacobs, no. Christopher Heath, no, he's a 5B. We got Felipe Irwin, a 5B. Josiah Jacobs, a 4C. Is that 2 cards? No. Wow, it looks like Kelton Rubio and Nate and Cade Lyons are both going to miss, so it's going to be those 2, and that's 4. So we go with one more pile. How are you guys doing tonight? Let me know if you have any questions or any thoughts, or if you have a favorite golfer that you've heard thus far, if you've watched any of the other tournaments and stuff. There's a 35, so we're going to get 5 out of this pile at least. We're going to draw 2. Roland Webster, Augie Kammerman. Those 2 will make it, and now I'm going to take it from this side. So we're going to go with the top 3. So there's Malcolm Wiles, Remington Ramirez, Jason Huffman. So got to be under 4A. Yeah, there's Remington Ramirez gets knocked out from Dale George. 5C for Lataro Vero. It's a new guy that was given an exemption on the tour, and he's done okay. Gaspar Milano, but they're not going to make the cut here. You can see their ratings are pretty bad. Johnny Kvist. John Westinghouse, he's going to, well, he's not going to knock out George and Wiles. Let's see what happens here. 2B. So we needed the top 3. So Malcolm Wiles and Dale George both get booted by Westinghouse, Sonny Lemons, and Jason Huffman. So that's 5. So we have 41, I believe. Is that right? No. 43 from the morning, and we'll see if maybe we have a few less in the afternoon. So again, we will pile them out here. Okay. No outstanding golfers yet. So there's 3 selections out of the three roll combinations that promote an outstanding golfer, and they will have their own pile to choose from in the 3rd round, as you will see. So let's go with the first pile. 33, that is draw the 3 golfers from the top, and the rest are going to miss the cut. So Reese Gillespie, Alan Kelly, and Caden Vincent. 3 custom cards make it. Who misses out? Julian Sakata, Craig Wells, Nolan Molina, Riker Bolton. That's 3 from that group. Still shake it every once in a while. 2, 5 is going to be 3 draw. Gage Valentine, Wayne Harper, Terry Berry, and then top 2. Well, I have those 2 stuck together, so it's Jae Gun Woo and Waki Inoue. Waki Inoue, he's the last tobacco sponsor on tour. They came up with his own cigarette brand. It's called Waki Tabaki. So, but looks I'll wager that he's not going to make the final here. So yeah, he gets knocked out by Aditya Klein. Some of these names were generated from a site that I guess likes that name, because I think I might have a couple guys. And so there's 4B. We get Aditya, lefty Aditya. Smokey Novak, so there goes lefty. There's Abdiel Yusuf. Brian Bauer, 3C, doesn't make it. Doesn't beat out a 3A. Barrett Rowland, nope. Gooch Wilborg, a 3B. He's going to just get pipped by these other 2 guys. We got Bruno Friedman, a 3C, and a 5B, Ariel Olson. So Smokey Novak and Jae Gun Woo. That's 5. Hey, Jerry. Jerry. How's life out on that side of the world? So 12 means we're going to draw 1 and take the top golfer that's remaining. Carlos Saunders. See, I'm still, you know what it is? It's the weight of the paper, I'm pretty sure. I get way too many of those custom cards. So, all right, but now we get the top one after this. So we've got Isaiah Rogers. It's also maybe that we have quite a few. Lewis Choi, 4C. It's not going to be, there's got to be somebody with a lower rating than this in this pile. 3B, John Reasoner. Now we're starting to get somewhere. 5A, Jeffrey Clark. Riley Sherrill's a 5B. No such luck for him. Luciano wears a 5A. Nope. Songram Sangsorn, 5C. No. Greer Copeland III is going to knock out Reasoner. The voice of Reasoner. 2A is Braden LaSalle Jr., so there goes Greer. Kenji Morita, no, he's a 2C. Mateo Soto's a 3B. Nope. Jimmy Kimes a 3A. No. 3B, CJ Hope, and Dalton Solomon, the 5A. All those guys are going home for the rest of the weekend, or they're just going to be watching from the gallery. So 2 in from that pile, so we're up to 53. So we don't want more than, what is that? 27 more out of 5 piles. So as long as we average about 5, I think we're okay. And there's an 11, which an 11, I'm doing great, Jerry. I hope you're doing well. An 11 is interesting because on the regular sheet, it lists it as top golfer only. But there's another, and I can show this one on the channel because it's a free chart that's available at play.com. It's the golfer injury option. So when you download this and print it out, you don't even have to print it out. You can just look at it from your computer screen. But if you roll an 11, you can switch it to this result. Draw a golfer exits the tournament. Top remaining golfer makes the cut. So, and then what we do with the golfer exit, we roll again to give us our injury, the reason that he has to miss the events. And it could be anything, really, from there's illness, personal, undisclosed, yada yada. Let's roll this again. 46, he is going to be out until further notice with an arm injury. So, and who is that? It's the draw golfer. So we draw the top golfer. It's Abdiel Nichols. So he is injured. And do I have a spot on my chart over here for that? I forget. Oh yeah, right up here. I'll have to see if you guys can actually see that. So arm, TFN, baseball demos. So you can't see it, but I can make it so you can. See, I was being a little hasty there trying to... There we are. So you can see up here in the upper right-hand corner, I have a place for injuries, and I've put the injury right there. So tough for Abdiel, quite a name. Probably would go by Abe, and we're probably going to just take one out of this pile here. It's going to be the top golfer. So let's just start flipping them. We got Nick Nackland. Confession. When I had the random name generator or whatever, I had somebody with the last name Nackland, and I just thought to myself, I don't care what the first name is, it's going to be Nick, because I just think Nick Nackland sounds like such a golfer's name. 5C, and I'm a golfer. Here's Yun Lee's song. Tell you what, you could see this getting a little bit tough here for some players. Peter Lottis, you could see a 1C missing out here pretty easily. Parker Melton, because I don't think we've seen some of these good golfers. Delmo, no. Stuart Ash, no. 4 Ace, Shane Sterling, no. We got 5C, Hector Morris, and Dylan Reed. So no, just Yun Lee's song. He's the top golfer. He's going to make the cut. And so that's an Uno. It goes in 4 column, and now we got 4 piles left, and that it makes it even easier because we're at about 26, and we have 4 piles left. So even if we average 6, which is like the highest, we should still be plenty under 80. Which, okay, so there we're going to get 4 out of this. We're going to draw the top 3. I got to put my injury chart away because I'm going to keep looking at that. 14 is draw the top 3, and then here we go with one of the outstanding rolls. So the top golfer that's remaining after this will be outstanding, and he'll get his own pile in the 3rd round. So Maurizio Mondragon, Kerry Finley, and Leroy Castillo. Leroy boy, is that you? I thought your post-hanging days were through. I don't know if you can name the song. If you want to try, if you have to Google it, then shame on you. One of my favorite artists, although he's a little bit down the list, but still. And I guess that's a hint. So there's the 3, and now we got to find the top. one of this guy's probably, it's popular, but not as popular as some others. 4B for Alardo Huerta. He's probably not, because we're going to get the 1, and it's Kenny Service. No, he's 5A. 4B, Duke Vernon. We could end up with 2 outstanding golfers here, I guess, unless there's 4C, Tyler Ochoa. We have 2 cards left. Chip Connors and Adelmo Barbado. So we're going to take 2 into the outstanding golfer pile because they tied up. So let's do it. 2. Okay, so we're up to 56. Actually, it's not 2. It's 3 plus 2. That's 5. Because we took the top. We drew 3 out of there. And if nobody answers, I will reveal the artist. There's a 16, so we're going to get 6 out of this. So we're going to draw 5. Shinji Kanishi, Martin Van Dyke, Gareth. There's our powerhouses. Gareth Leonard, Mike Keller. He's not a powerhouse, and Newt Washburn. So there's 5, and then we're going to take 1 more. 1 more out of that top golfer. Gerald Ashley is a 4B. We got a 3C for Mackay Berry. 2C, Fabio Antonucci, Hudson Parsons, 4A. So Fabio is the 1. So that's 6. Baseball Demos is getting back to Strat after a hiatus from that. That's kind of what I did there a couple weeks ago. Just kind of, well, he's been whiling away on a project for a while. So once he finished up that tournament, then I know talking to him, he's looking forward to stratting it up a bit. There's 13. We've been getting some 1s here, so let's draw 2 out of the second to last pile. So Lucas Bergman and Harley Villanueva. And then the top after that. So the song that I was singing, lyrics are from the song We Gotta Get You a Woman by Philly's own Todd Rundgren. So rather interesting character back in the 70s. He tended to dress David Bowie-ish. I mean, he was sort of in that realm of kind of androgyny in a way. So Palmiro Cavallari looks like our top golfer from this. We got a few more here to go. 2-8 now. He's going to get beat out by Enrique Magallanes. Alejandro Gutierrez, no. Del Hutton, 3C, no. Angus Ingram, no. 1C is going to knock out Enrique, so it'll be Trent McAdams. So there's 3. Tree. And Demos gets one of his more famous hits. Hello, It's Me. I thought about us for a long, long time. I'll tell you, one that was a surprise to me, and maybe a surprise to you. It was used as sort of a celebration song by one of the teams, by a football team in, I wouldn't say recent years. I don't think they use it anymore. Maybe they do, but anyway, he has another song that if you want to try and guess what that is. And so we got another 13. And 2 weeks ago, or a week ago, if I had done this, I'd say, man, I didn't roll it right. I'm sweating it. I put it through this and it still comes out 13. I'm not sweating it. So we're going to draw the top 2. To conclude this, it'll be Benicio Vasquez. Well, there's another Baseball Demos is going into the Todd Rundgren collection. That's still a little too old for this song. There you go. Baseball Demos got it. Bang on that drum all day. The Green Bay Packers used that. I remember used to irritate the you-know-what out of me because I wasn't a big Brett Favre fan. So Damari Arias, Benicio Vasquez, and now we need the top golfer because it's a 13. Alec Newcomb. So Rundgren had quite a number of hits. He was probably a better songwriter than performer. I mean, he's good. So Bob Demelmeyer still the top here. We got a couple of cards left to pipe through here. Marshall Weber, no. Sincere Grant, no. And Yi Chen, no. Okay. So he has another song. So he was with what was the name of the band that he was with? He had a kind of this kind of spacey band that he was with for a period of time, and yeah, demo says it puts all the shady, all of the whack rolls. So we have the injury to Abdiel Nichols, and that will that's going to be a problem. Well, it's not going to be a problem. It just means that we're going to end up having a guy who will come off the till further notice list. So you only have let's see. You only have 5 till further notice items. There can be traits gained, traits lost, or other stuff. Injuries are included on this. So because Abdiel Nichols has a till further notice injury, he will be injured. And let me see. I guess he's the only injured guy. But what will happen is that whoever is the most distant till further notice will come off of that. So we're going to take these miss the cut cards and put them aside. I just pack them in here. Lately, what I've been doing during my tournaments, if I'm doing this, is I will just enter them into my spreadsheet as I go, as missing the cut, so that way I don't have to do it in bulk later, which just takes some time. But since I'm doing the video here, I'm trying to cut back on a little bit of time it takes. Just going to go ahead and... So we have these two guys are the only outstanding golfers. So they're going to get their own pile. And I'm going to just flip them around here a little bit. So we randomize them. I don't know who's what now. And so there's the outstanding. I'll put this off here to the side. And now we have this pile, which I'm going to shuffle a couple times, and then the shuffling really is really difficult with this type of cards. So I really should get some plastic covers for these cards. I know a lot of people have recommended that over time, and if I really want to shuffle them and randomize them, I'll just put them into a pile and just start like folding them over a bunch of times, just like, and then biting the bullet on having to straighten them out. So we're almost to 9:30. Utopia, you are correct. Jerry Ball for the win. That is nice. I'm not going to dig it up while I'm on the stream here, but I appreciate you doing that, because that is exactly what the name of his little kind of, I don't know if it was his band or what it was. I'm a child born in the 70s, but I'm not really I love the music of the 70s. That's how much I'm a child of the 70s, I guess, is I really like, I love listening to the music that I grew up with, So, but like Rundgren, he wrote a song called Love is the Answer, which was, if you go and listen to Yacht Rock Station on Pandora or Amazon or whatever, maybe, what's that other, Spotify, you might hear that song as done by England Dan and John Ford Coley. But Yeah, I mean, he was part of the sort of the blue-eyed soul movement. Uh, Todd Rundgren, that kind of like Hall and Oates was a part of as well, coming out of Philly, which is pretty cool because that's my type of music, and it's pretty neat um, to to get that, to see that, hear it, love it. England Dan Seals. That's a guy who, um, brother to Seals from Seals and Croft, died way too young. I believe he might have been was he from Oklahoma? Um, he had a hit in the '80s that was like "Wanna Bop with You." It was kind of like a pseudo pop country hit. I wanna bop with you, baby, all night long. But their main hit was "I Really Want to See You Tonight." I think England Dan and John Ford Coley. So yeah, yeah, disco. I think the funk parts of disco I can live with. But yeah, all right. Let's get on to round three. So we got our cut. We split the guys who made the cut into 7. This looks a little tall. Well, we're not going to worry about it. Looks a little tall. Say la vie. We have this one right here. That is the outstanding golfers. Sorry, I was drawing a blank. So let's just get going. We'll talk you through it. We keep rolling the 2 dice here, and it gives you combinations of draw. A draw golfer will end up. So these 3 here are absolutely going to be in the final. I don't know if I'm going to use twosomes or foursomes or threesomes. It could be final 6 groups or 4 groups, whichever I use. Probably twosomes, but these 3 will be B plus. You'll probably get a couple guys from there. B. No, these guys. So B minus through D minus are basically finished at that. So let's roll. So we get a 23. Okay, 23. Draw golfer contends with A. So this guy's going to go right there, and it is Ellis Moberly. And then all the others contend with B plus. So this is a pretty rough one there because we get Aberley, Manini, Funk, Hahn, Bergman, Sutton, and Takai. They're all going to contend with B plus. So we're going to put them right here, and then we will resolve that group later. Knights are forever without you. That is good one there, RJL. Good call. Yeah, 4. But that is a great call. So yeah, I love Yacht Rock Station. And I mean, it's really soft rock. So 56 is another draw golfer, and then others are going to finish with D. So draw golfer to A minus. Trevor Nolan, a 4A guy, and so we got a bunch of guys here that are going to finish at D. Angelo Alvestad, Dustin Emmerich. He's going to miss the final round, or the final groups. Alec Nolan, Bob Demelmeyer, Christian Canepa, Lanny Saxerholt. They're going to go to D, and they're going to languish there. 4 was the name of, yeah, it's probably, I'm a big fan of the Small World album of Huey Lewis, but yeah, 4 was in between Sports and Small World, which Small World had a very much jazzy bent to it. So 35. All right, draw golfer contends with A. Gary Patel. We're getting some new names here. Gary Patel is going to be in A. Top golfer, or let me see. Top golfer will be to A minus. So let's see who the top golfer is here. Leon Bay with a 4A. I don't know about that. Rogelio Ryan with a 4A. Probably not. 5A Jeffrey Hahn. 4B Nate Killo. Well, Never say never, guys. 4B, Steve Runyon. 4B, Todd Mann. 4A, Tagaki Yamasaki. Wow. Oh, there's 3C for Steve Foshi. So those guys all get knocked out. And there's another 4A, Cameron Tullis. So these guys all contend with B. So, right, we're 35. Yes, 35 contend with B. So we're going to put these guys in the B pile. Steve Foshi goes to A minus. Still no. So some of the selections, about a little less than half, have tourney perks and issues. So, which will give them some added traits or subtracted traits, or good or bad or anything. 70s and 80s were home of most of the one-hit wonders. That's probably true. Probably true for the most part. I think so 55, all golfers in this pile are going to get 10 with B. Fonseca, let's just look through. That's a harsh roll. Connor Messick, 3B. Gage Valentine, Caden Vincent, Harley Villanueva, Fabio Antonucci, Sonny Lemons, Westinghouse, Cameron. So not too many big names in there. So we got a big B pile there. So let's shake it up. We'll go to the next one. 13, draw golfer this time, it's Newt Washburn. 13, he's going to be at A+, and he's going to get a tourney perk or issue. So I'm going to put his name right here. And he is going to start atop the leaderboard. So now the top golfer contends with A-. So let's go through and look at these guys. Mike Keller, 4B, probably not. Maurizio Mondragon, a 5A, no. 5B, no. Kerry Finley. 3B, Leroy Castillo. We'll take those guys away for now. 2B, Carlos Solari. Will he make it? Benicio Vasquez. 2C, Jay Laufenberg, no. 2A, Shinji Kanishi. Are we going to get a 1 now? There's Martin Van Dyke. There goes Shinji. Too bad, Shinji. 1B, Gareth Leonard. He gets whacked by it too. And there's Joshua New. So for 13, the others finish with C+. Put that right there. Martin Van Dyke goes to A-. So we have 6 guys with 3 left. So we're going to get some out of the B+ pile most likely. So, oh, and I forgot to mention demos put about the all along the dice tower, as if Jimi Hendrix were to be a roller like us today. So 45, draw golfer contends with A- and gets a perk. It's going to be Jae Gun Woo. So I got to put him in our little list here, so I can remember the heat. So now the top golfer contends with A. So let's go through and Carlos Saunders, 4A. Nope. Braden LaSalle Jr. with a 2A. Is there going to be any 1s? Yun Lee Song, 1B. He'll probably be the one. Dominic Jensen, no. Roland Webster, Bob Kleckner. So 45. Others finish with D+. But Yun Lee Song will be on A. So we have 8, and we need 12. So if we get 2 each from this pile, of course, if we get 2 from this pile, that will be both golfers. But we'll see if we need to take any out of B+. So here we go. 34, top golfer with A-. So no draw golfers this time. So, and then the low golfer will be at D-. So Gary Zakowski with a 3B. Ethan McMillan, 3C, is currently low. 1C, Trent McAdams. 3C, Wyatt Sells. Are we going to get a 4 in here somewhere? There's a 4A for Ramon Zavala. Make sure he's, yep. 4B, Terry Berry. Smokey Novak with a 3A. So these guys, what's our roll? 34. They contend with B plus as well, so they're going to go on this pile. Terry Berry goes on D minus. He's the low golfer, and then Trent McAdams with a 34 contends with A minus. So we're going to have to take at least one golfer out of B plus because we're at 9. We're going to get at most get to 11. So 36. We're only going to get one of these two, the top golfer. Well, they're tied, right? 4B. So one guy is going to end up at A minus. The other guy is going to end up at D minus. So the way we do this, the play special, we roll our D2. That's what I like to call it. It's a decide or die is their official name. And in this case, I'm going to roll it until we get one yes and one no. So let's roll Duke Vernon. He's a no. What about Alardo Huerta? Also a no. So we got to do another round. Duke Vernon? No. Alardo? No. We've got 4 in a row. Duke Vernon? Yes. Finally, the coin flip goes his way. Alardo? Yes. Duke? No. Alardo? Yes. So Alardo will be the top golfer. A minus. Duke Vernon goes to D minus. So we're going to need 2 out of B plus. So that concludes that portion of the tournament. What I need to do is take all these guys now and I pile them up with the letter grade on top for each pile. And then I'm going to have to make a little bit of room here. So I have one of my own little hacks and we're not gonna need B. It could come up for emerging contender, but so I'm gonna put these guys all away. We have enough golfers in the B plus that we're not gonna have to worry about it. Where's this? Here we go. So I'm gonna put these in another baggie. So the hack that I have for this is I use these. Oh no, they're under there. Well, I'm just gonna have to do it from here. I'm gonna have to use these guys instead because my other markers are being held hostage underneath my laptop. So let's move our B plus way over here to this side. Move these guys over and we'll show you how this works. So this is where we stage our final round. Okay, so Newt Washburn is our top guy. So you know what? Give me a moment here. I need to look at something. I didn't do my due diligence. Whoops. That probably screwed everything up. I keep opening the wrong dang file. Is this a new tournament? If it's a new tournament, then $277. So that does mean the avian wood is that means it's a par 72 course, so that helps us to know. So I need to come up with my, I haven't done that yet. So I'm going to roll one die and the decider die, and this is going to help me decide what it's 2 and a dot. So is Do I have it up front here? I hope. No. All right. That means I have to get up, open this other window that I said I didn't need to open. That it was a waste. This should have it in here. No, doesn't. All right, bear with me. Bear with me for a second, because I've. Let's see. So 2 and a dot. So 277 was our score last year, and this is just how I make the adjustment to the target score. And I just scrolled too far past it. 2 and a dot. We subtract 1 from the score. So it's going to be 276. So my target score is 276. And I'll worry about the cut score later. That doesn't really pertain right now. And here, so I didn't put in the final number. Oh man, now I can't remember. Can't remember what I rolled. I'll have to go back and look. You didn't miss any holes in one. Hey, highlight. That's new for me. Yes, yes. So I want to say it's 3, but I'll figure it out later. All right. So Newt Washburn. So I needed to do that. You need to figure out what your target score is, so that way you can come over here, and we've decided it's 276. You use this column here, and this tells you where the guy is going to start the final round. So in this case, it's either 205 or 206, which 216 is even par after 3 rounds, so it's either going to be minus 11 or minus 10. So we roll the decider die, and it's a yes, so it's going to be minus 11, 205. And so then our A piles are going to be 2 and 3 shots back. So we're going to go with Ellis Moberly first. Yes. He'll be at 2 back. That's 207. Gary Patel is a no. He'll be 3 behind. Yun Lee Song. He'll be 2 back. All right, so I can ditch that guy. Now I can bring 4 and 5 for A minus. So we got Trevor Nolan first. He's a yes. I don't know if you can see that, but that is a yes. So he'll be 4 back. Steve Fauci will also be 4 back. So we've got a bunch of guys here. Martin Van Dyke. We got 3 in a row now. Jay Gun Woo. 4 in a row. McAdams. Finally, we get one that misses. And then last is Alardo Huerta. He's also a no. So here we go. Okay, now we have how many? 4 and 6 is 10. We need 2 more. So we've got this B plus pile. So I've got a 6 here, and this is how I've been doing it lately. You can pick your way. I take each guy, and I roll the decider die. Here's Ramon Zavala. He's a yes, so he's going to go on the 6 strokes for right now. Okay, now we've got next guy, Ethan McMillan, also a yes. Wyatt Sells is a yes. Gary Zakowski a yes. Wow, Smokey Novak. Everybody's coming up yes. Toshio Takai. We've got 6 in a row. I should go play the lottery. 7 in a row. I can't get one to say no. There's a no. Who is that? Lucas Bergman. No for Kenneth Hahn. Yes for Chris Funk. Manini, yes. We're going to have to go through Rance Aberley. He's a no, so he's going to miss out. Okay, so we still have 9 guys that we have to thin out. So we'll do another round. Zavala, yes. McMillan, no. Sells, no. Sikowski, yes. Novak, yes. Takai, yes. Sutton, yes. Funk, no. Manini, yes. So we're down to 6. Obviously, we've been getting. So we got 6 out of 9. We've been hitting that yes a little too often. Zavala, yes. Zakowski, no. Novak, yes. Takai, yes. Sutton, no. Manini, no. Okay, so we're down to 3. So we're going to keep going here. We need 2 out of 3. Zavala, yes. Novak, yes. Takai, yes. Zavala, no. Novak, no. Takai, yes. So he's definitely going to make it. Now we got to get one more of these guys to say yes. Zavala, yes. Novak, no. So it's going to be Zavala. Takai and Zavala are going to be our 2 guys. So that's a laborious process. If you don't like that, it's laborious, but it's kind of funny because, so let's make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes. It's laborious, but it's kind of funny to see the streaks you can get on. All right. So that's currently our situation, but I'm now going to come back to my screen and I'm going to do a little bit more. Ken Castro, good to see you. I'm going to come here and I'm going to oh, I'm sorry that you have to see this for now, but let's bring this up and I'm just going to go ahead and remove all of the yeah, you know what? I think just need to make a couple little more adjustments here. Let's this way we can make it a little larger. That's too far. You know what? I probably shouldn't have done it this way because I'm. Yeah, let's do this. Hang on a second. I got to do this. This will help. I didn't realize I needed to do that. And I also need to come, I believe, over here. Yeah. Okay. Let me take a look at my screen. How does this look? It doesn't look very good. So bear with me one more time as I okay, so you can see this now. I'm going to go ahead and type this in. So you can't see my scorecards. I'm going to go ahead and do threesomes. So Huerta, actually we're going to go Alardo because this references from my other part of the spreadsheet. So 205, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So he's going to be 210 is the score he's starting on. Then we got Toshio Takai, 211. Ramon Zavala. Come down here. So we're going to go with the Martin Van Dyke first. And that's 209. On with J Gun. And then it's Trent McAdams. $210. So in this spreadsheet for me, this column, the first column is my reference. It cross references to the table where it does all the figuring. The second column is it feeds the leaderboard that you see. I'm not sure you can see it on the right, but when we play out the final round, you will see it. Okay, so now we need Gary Patel here. He is going to start at 208. Whoops. He'd be the leader if he was starting at 108. Now we got Trevor Nolan. And then finally, we have our top group, Newt Washburn. And he was at 205. He's going to end up being 2 ahead of Ellis Moberly. 207. And Yun Lee Song. No Emmerich in the final groups of this one. Okay. So, yeah, let me see. Oh, wait, why is that up there like that? I forgot to put it over here. Sorry about that. You know what? It might have been because I hit Shift Y. Yun Lee Song. It moved over when I put in Yun. Because Shift Y is my shortcut. So that's my scorecard. And just for happenstance, I can move this a little bit here so you can see the leaderboard. And so this is what I show you during the broadcast. It updates as I go. And I'm going to bring it back over here. Let's see what you're looking at. So if you see this down here, what I need, I already put in the pars. So that's pretty cool. So I think this is the pars. You know what? Maybe not. I may have just forgotten to change out a different course. That's okay. But what happens is that in my other spreadsheet, I can just put in relation to par, and it will calculate and fill out a scorecard I can print out. But I still need to figure out the tourney perks and issues. So let's do that right now. So this is another chart, kind of like the tourney day. They call it game day for History Maker Baseball. So I roll 3 dice. I roll white, black, and green because that's kind of the order that it goes in the game itself. White will be the first, will be the category. Black is the subcategory, and then green is if there's a number that needs to be determined, such as number of blue chips that a guy earns to start the round. And then the decider die is if there's any till further notice. If it's yes, then it would be till further notice, and we'll have to denote that. So here's, let's see, Newt Washburn is first. So it's category 6, which is internal intangibles. Subcategory 5, which is, he's going to be a rust putter. So that's not good. That's going to bring a lot of other guys back into this. So he's going to miss some putts. He's going to go from a 50% clutch putter down to about a 16% clutch putter. He also may end up having to use some blue chips to do that. And now Jae Gun Woo, who is 4 shots back. Category 2, sponsor. Or no, 1, which is caddy. 2, gain a choice quality. And it is till further notice. So he can gain something. He's semi-rust. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and supply him with, he's going to upgrade his putting up to semi-gold. I'm just going to oh, I guess that's why. I also hit, ooh, I must have hit a button. I must have hit a button along the way that muted me. That would be, I can't remember, but that's okay. Sorry about that, guys. Again, tune in next time. As I said, we'll do the first half of the final round, probably Tuesday night, and then Wednesday night will be the conclusion. Roll on, hit like, subscribe. Appreciate you waiting through my mute, and we'll see you soon.